to the iCube Job Seeker Series 2022, Day 3. And just to introduce us and recap on what this series is all about, it is a premier career orientation and guidance gathering platform for youth, university students, and graduates from across the African continent. This is a dynamic event of intellectual discourse covering various themes of contemporary continental importance affecting the labor and employment sector. And it will be obviously addressed by experienced and knowledgeable leaders. And again, today we have another phenomenal woman in our presence. And this is Vumilwe Msweli, and she is the founder and CEO of HEST Consulting. And Vumile is going to be talking on the topic of cracking the culture code. This seems like an interesting one, and I'm eager and ready to listen. So just before Vumile takes over, I'm just going to give you a brief background of who Vumile is and what she has done and accomplished. And I'm sure she will mention some of it in her presentation as well. So Vumile is the founder of HEST Consulting, a Pan-African coaching firm with presence in Botswana, South Africa, Rwanda, Nigeria, and the United States of America. She has successfully led her teams globally, remotely through the pandemic, and is effectively adapted through these unprecedented times of the pandemic whilst growing her business. Vumi, over to you, and thank you so much for honoring us.
Thank you so much, Zah. Thank you so much for the very, very warm welcome. So what can I say? Dumelang, Sanbonani, Molweni, Jambo, Kedu, Baoni, how is everybody doing? Akwaba to everyone who's dialing in from Ghana. I hope you are well. As mentioned, my name is Vumi Msweli, and I have the privilege of having this discussion with you this morning. And I'm talking to you all about cracking the culture code. I think Zah's done a very great job about introducing me, but in the words of the urban poet Jay-Z, allow me to reintroduce myself. So I'm Vumi. I come from, a fun fact, the smallest township in the Southern Hemisphere. Okay, so I come from the eastern part of South Africa in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. And I've had a very interesting career. And in my career, I've had the privilege of living and working and building businesses as well in countries like the United Kingdom, Singapore, Germany, Democratic Republic of Congo, as well as Nigeria. What is culture to you? So in the chat, I want to know, what does culture mean to you? If I say culture, what are you thinking? Some of us, when we say culture, we automatically imagine this. So imagine people in traditional garb. Some of you might be thinking, Ashwebi. Some of you might be thinking kente material. Some of you might be thinking beautiful hair from Swaziland. What are you thinking when I say culture? I want you to be very clear what this is for you. Because when we say culture, it means different things to different people. And for me, culture is something that in essence infiltrates every area of our lives. This is value number one. And I think the organization that has probably done this the best that we all know is Pixar. So if you guys know Pixar, at some point, Steve Jobs was a big leader there. And Pixar, in essence, is responsible for making films. Okay, they're responsible for making animation films. So if you love Toy Story, you love Finding Nemo, you probably are going to be a fan of Pixar, even the Incredibles like me. Okay, another value I would like to share, probably the fourth value. I'm not going to do the 2 and 3. I think I want you to be able to research some of this yourself. Will be from McDonald's. So we all know the Golden Arches, the people who we think are responsible for burgers, but in essence are probably the biggest real estate moguls in the world, is McDonald's. And McDonald's had a fantastic, fantastic culture established by Ray Kroc. And their value is we all pick up the trash. We all pick up the trash. So this archaic way of looking at organizations where we say, no, I'm the CEO, I don't pick up the trash. Do I look like the trash lady? Ray Kroc founder and CEO, also used to be known as the garbage guy at McDonald's. Every time he walked into one of his McDonald's, his first stop was the parking lot to pick up the trash and throw it away. So the culture that we need in our business needs to be able to lift and play. If we just think of the continent in over 50 something countries, 54 countries, which is completely diverse. And is that culture something that people can adopt easily in order to be successful? We need to know why we tolerate bad culture. If there are cultural norms in our organization and even in ourselves that are not serving us, how do we shift that so we don't tolerate it? When does culture go well? We see it in sports teams. When they create a culture that works for them. One of my favorite is, I know I'm a South African, but I've got to give kudos to the All Blacks, the New Zealand rugby team. I want you, for yourself, to pledge your commitment. You create culture in every area of your life. What do you need to support the culture you would like to adopt in your life? Is it, deciding, Vumi, I'm going to wake up every morning at 5 o'clock and set my intentions for the day? Is it, I'm going to speak up in a meeting and be honest? Is it, I'm going to stretch myself to go the extra mile? Is it, Vumi, I'm busy on my job hunt. My culture is going to be that of excellence. I'm going to volunteer my time and make sure I really am giving the very, very best of me.
Thank you, Vumi. And that's such great parting words for a day that is celebrated in Africa today as Africa Day. So happy Africa Day to all our delegates sitting in the rest of Africa, from Zah and Vumi sitting in South Africa. It's happy Africa Day. And I'm just going to remind the delegates to log on to our social media pages at IQ Farm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to get links for the next session, and listen in to all the sessions that you missed. They are recorded, and you can always go back and get the nuggets that you missed from them. And also to remind job seekers to register on www.iqfarm.com for professional opportunities. From myself and Vumi, happy Africa Day, and